Are you looking for high-paying voiceover jobs? Then you have likely heard of Voices.com. But is it really a platform where you, for example, potentially can earn $125 per minute as it might seem at first, or is it a waste of time? That is exactly what this Voices.com review and tutorial will help you figure out, so you know exactly what you are getting into. So before I log into Voices.com and show you around and show you what you potentially can really earn, then let's just go over the basics of what it is and who can join. Because it is a platform where you can join potentially for free, but there are different membership options that I will go over later. And you can join from more or less all countries and find different voiceover jobs. And let me just also reveal right away that it actually is a legit platform you can potentially earn, and in some cases also earn quite good money. But also, let me also reveal that it's not necessarily the right option for all. So let me now then just log in and then go over exactly how it works and what you need to consider to find out if it's actually a good option for you or not. So once you join Voices.com, the first thing you need to do is to actually fill out your profile. You can do that in the corner up here by clicking the me icon here and filling out your profile. And that's quite important because that's where you first of all need to upload some different demos so people can see what your skills actually are. So make sure to do that as one of the first things after you join here. And let's then go over some of the jobs you could potentially find here, because there's a long list here once you log in, and you can scroll through and then see what the different options are, and you can see over here how much you would potentially get paid. And for example, here you would get $125, and you can see the finished minutes here would be 52 seconds, so around a minute, and you would get $125 here. And here, for example, you would get between $250 and $500, and the finished minutes here would be 8 minutes and 40 seconds. So it can seem like extremely good pay here that you can potentially earn, because it's really not a lot here. It's a word count on 130 words that you need to read. However, there is more to it than that, and I've seen some videos that just hype it up to get views and make clickbait videos and all that just say like, oh, so you just need to speak for a minute and then you get $125. That is, of course, not really how it works, because this is finished minutes, and that is what's important to understand. And that means that you probably have to actually rehearse first and try to record it several times to get it right, and maybe even do a little bit of research about how to do it and what they're looking for and all these things here. So it's not just to get a script, read it once, 52 seconds, and then done. That's not how it works. So that's one thing to consider. But when that is said, it can still give quite good money if you are good at doing voiceovers, because they actually do pay quite well, many of these jobs. These are just examples. I have seen jobs that pay even more also. So if you're interested in voiceover jobs, yes, it definitely can give good earnings. However, there are also some other potential costs that you need to consider before doing that, so you know exactly what you're getting into and if it's the right option for you. So let's go over this now. So Voices.com has different memberships, and you can actually join for free, and you can get access to get an overview of the different jobs here, and you can see $0, and you can stay a free member if you want to. However, you need to be aware that that gives you quite a lot of limitations, because you can fill out your profile, which is definitely great, but you then need to wait to be discovered. That means that companies that are looking for a voiceover actor or actress, they will need to find you and ask you to actually take on this job. But if you upgrade, you can actually go through that overview that I showed you and actively apply, which definitely gives you way higher chances of actually getting a job. However, that comes with a cost here. You can see it is $499 per year you have to pay for this. And they even have one more option here called a platinum, but you can see right now it's by invite only here, but that would also be $3,000 per year almost. But this is also for top professional freelance creative talents, as you can see here. And you would need to have completed more than 100 jobs here on the Voices marketplace before you would get a chance to actually get this platinum membership that supposedly then can give you even more earnings. But you can also see for $3,000 per year, you really also need to be really good and have landed a lot of jobs and be sure that you can actually land some really high paying jobs to justify that cost. But that's definitely something to consider also. Yes, you can join for free, but it will be harder, quite hard actually, to get jobs here because you need to wait for people to find you. But you can do that if you have some demos or you're just getting started. It's definitely a way to just try to get started, and then you can see how it goes. And if you're lucky to land a few jobs like that, then maybe you can reinvest some of that money into the premium membership. But one more thing you of course need to also know is how you can then get paid here. But there is actually one more course that you need to consider here, and then after that we will also go over how you can actually get paid, because that's of course also very important to know. So I just jumped here to an overview where you see an overview of the different options here, and that's because I wanted to show you that here they say here they actually charge a 20% platform fee, and this is just something to consider, that once you actually get a job or when you set a quote or something like that, you need to be aware that they charge a 20% platform fee. I know that basically all freelance platforms, they will of course charge some kind of fee because that is how they can survive, but 20% is one of the highest fees that I have ever seen out of all the freelance platforms that I have actually used and tested. So that's something to consider. The potential salaries here can also be quite high, but they will take a 20% fee, so that's just something you need to be aware of so you do not get disappointed when you actually get your paycheck. And speaking of the paycheck, let's now then go over how you can get your earnings out. But before going over that, I would appreciate if you could just take 1 second to like this video here, because it can help this video to be seen by more people and more people can find out what they can actually really expect from Voices.com. So I just jumped to the FAQ section because here it explains more about the payment methods, and you can see you can either get paid via PayPal, which is definitely a very convenient way to get your earnings out, and you can also get paid via check, and that's of course not convenient for all. That really depends where you live, and that will also take longer. You can see it takes typically 10 to 15 business days actually to get that sent to you, but of course that also depends where you live, and if you live in a different country than the US for example, then there might be some fees for actually exchanging it and things like this. So PayPal is definitely the most convenient payout method in my opinion. And also just be aware that it says here funds that are released between Saturday and Friday will be paid out the following Friday. So it will usually be like around a week or so, but that does not mean that it will be a week after you complete a job. It's after the funds are released, which means it's after the employer has actually approved the work you have done. And how fast that will go, that really will vary from job to job. So that's just also something to consider, that for some jobs there might be a little bit of a wait before they do approve it, and then it will be like another week or so before you will actually get the money. So overall, Voices.com is definitely a platform that can potentially give you access to some quite high paying voice-over jobs, but it's not necessarily a good option for all, because to just be real with you, to get the best chance of actually landing some of these high paying jobs, you would need to pay a fee to actually get an upgraded membership. You have to be lucky to get any jobs with the free memberships. I'm not saying it's not possible, it definitely is, and you can try that. You just need to be willing to put in some time to actually build a really good profile there, and then hopefully someone will hire you, and then you can use some of that earnings there to potentially reinvest into an upgraded membership. However, it's only really worth it if you really know what you're doing when it comes to voice-over jobs, in my opinion, because if not, you will just be wasting your time, because it takes quite a lot of time to build out your profile and to apply for the jobs, and potentially also money if you decide to upgrade to a paid membership. And also you need to consider the 20% fee that they will actually charge. So when you actually calculate your quotes and your rates and all that, then just remember that you will not necessarily get the full amount, because they do charge a quite high fee. So whether whether it's the right option or not for you, that really does depend on your skills and your preferences. But if this is not for you, or if you also want to try to do other online jobs that may be a lot easier to actually get access to, then I also have a video, for example, about some easy PayPal jobs where you can get started earning right away completely for free, and I will leave a link below here so you can check that out if you think that's for you. But no matter what, I hope that this video helped you figure out exactly what you can realistically expect from Voices.com and if it is the right option for you or not. And if it did help you, then please hit the like button, and also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time there's a video with tips and tricks about different ways to earn some extra money on the side online.